Alright, it's been a little while since I made a video. I know sometimes life happens and you gotta deal with that stuff first. But good news for you guys is I did pull out one of my teeth and I did place it on the bridge, and everyone knows that if you place it on this bridge, only this bridge. So don't go pulling out your teeth and placing them on bridges. The magic fairy should come by and I believe under some sort of like shell or something. Oh, very cool, very cool. So I left my tooth here last night, and as you can see, the magic fairy came by, left its trademark like shell. And what did they give me? Very cool, 15 card booster pack of Gatecrash. Awesome. Let's crack this open and see what's inside. Alright, let me just get set up. So that was very cool. The tooth fairy, the magic fairy actually came to me. I just read that online and it was very interesting to me, so I had to give it a go. Alright, today 15 card booster pack, Magic the Gathering, Gatecrash 15 card booster. Alright, let's get it open. Interesting art on the cover. Looks like he has some very weird neck wear. I could assume him ducking under a small door and hitting his neck gear on that, making him look like a fool. But anyways, he looks pretty magical. Or she. He. Alright, let's crack it open. I don't know what year this is actually. When was it produced? Let me just quickly focusino. Any dates real quick? I don't remember when Gatecrash came out. 2013. So quite a little bit ago. If you play Magic all the time, always bring a bag for the garbage because I expected the Magic Fairy to come. And the bridge is a little wet, but hard. The cards will stand up. Disciple of the old ways. Looks like she made some Wolverine style too. Looks like they made out of wood tied to her hand. She's just crawling, wearing very little clothes. I'm surprised, because in the bush you get scratched up. I get scratched up all the time just coming out here. Very cool. Is she some sort of elf? She's one in a green. Lovely picture. Got the dark up front. Very nice light in the background, kind of accentuating the weapon she has, and you're also like drawn to her. And yeah, very cool. Interesting hair. You can see those things just kind of almost ripping out. Don't catch that on a tree. A human warrior. Red, Disciple of Old Ways, gains first strike until end of turn. It's a 2/2 for 1/2, and if you're playing with a red deck, give it first strike. Very cool, very cool. So it looks like it's just waiting on a sneak attack, waiting for the time to jump in, like a tiger. The next card I got is Scatter Arc. Interesting. I see some sort of arc welder that's gone mad. Got an Iron Man? Possibly. 3 and a blue. Very interesting picture. First thing I'm drawn to is kind of his hands, and then you kind of follow the exit. Oh, a mosquito got my arm. Dang. You kind of follow the exit of the trail, and then you just notice that it's actually a person. Some crazy mask, almost looks like fallout material. Some crazy look like electrical core powering his hands. Just don't shake hands with him. That ain't no joke. Instant counter target non-creature spell and draw a card. So for 4, counter target non-creature spell. So planeswalker, anything except a land, just not a creature, and draw a card. Very cool. A little bit expensive. Just love me my counter spells instead. The next card I got is Structural Collapse. It looks like, well, this is first very beautiful art. Very nice. My fingers are a little dirty, whatever. Very nice. I like the up front. You can barely even see what that is. Looks like the side of the mountain. I'm not sure if that was some sort of building or just some sort of mountain that just... I'm not sure if those are building tops or just peaks. That looks more arc. So probably it was a structure, and it looks like the land underneath it just gave, and you can see people down there. Those people way down there better start running. Very blue up here. Lovely sky, by the way. And just very great motion of the whole thing falling. It's like a terrible, huge thing. Just compared to the people, those must be like bigger than like 3 cars. Interesting. Very beautiful picture. And this is a sorcery. 5 and red, so it's kind of expensive. Target player sacrifices an artifact and a land. And it deals 2 damage, and Structural Collapse deals 2 damage to that player. So you get a damage one of their lands, and if they got an artifact out, kill that, and then they also take 2 damage. So you could get quite a lot done with this. Very cool, very cool. Ooh, looks like some people like bringing this guy to jail in the clouds, or like bringing his soul up to heaven or something like that. Very interesting picture. I really like this art because immediately you're attracted to him, and it looks like he's trying to get his way out of there while these two other angel warriors are like pulling him up to heaven or flying him up. And then you see right there, perfect arc, like the super master or whatever, the king of angels or whatever. It looks like they're gonna figure out what to do with him, and he doesn't look happy. Surprised that they can just pick that up like nothing. I feel like it weighs so much. Beautiful picture. Lovely clouds all around. Very light here, around here. You notice him last. Really love this. And this is by Trevon Claxton. I've been forgetting to read the names of the art. Dang it. Oh, I got a skeleton. Oh man, if only it was pure black, but it's bloom black. So he probably has some magic with him. Mortis Strider. Rigor mortis. Does that mean he can't move? Very, very beautiful art. Love the foreground. Look at the leaves and the wood on there. It just looks beautiful. You can see that the crypt is opened. It looks like the plate for the grave is a little bit small compared to the width of that. So maybe he drew that a little small. It looks like he has no skin on his head. It looks like he just has like some sort of muscle flesh and, I don't know, blue hands, maybe gangrene, some like magical clouds coming out from him. His hand is magic, like something glowing in his cave, in his grave, making him push it out. You got some crazy city skyline, and beautiful, beautiful clouds in the sky. And you just see this guy crawling out of a grave, it looks like. Yep. Very cool. Now this is some crazy looking art. The shading on this is very, very metallic looking. Sky Knight Legionnaire. Beautiful card. Human Knight. One, a red, and a white. Just look at that. This is very centralized art. I thought she had a snake in her hand for a minute, but I believe that is just some sort of charm or belt or who knows. It almost looks like she has a jousting pole. I think she is riding on a horse. It's hard to tell what that is, but her legs are bow-legged, I guess. And that is definitely very thick, and it's under her arm, so she's like supporting it. Very interesting. Almost looks like flames in the background. Gives her some kind of bad vibe that she's like bad to the bone. And just the shading is very metallic, very beautiful, very vibrant colors, and yeah, I like it. One, a red and a white creature, human knight with flying and haste, and it's a 2/2, so it's on some sort of flying beast. Very cool, very cool. And you gotta love first strike, and you gotta love flying, and you gotta love haste. For a 3 cost, a 2/2 with flying and haste, very cool, very cool. Looks like I got some shielded passage. Looks like she just put up this shield. Out of nature. Is it a green card? It is actually a white card. Interesting. And she's just walking through, checking over her back, making sure none of them bats come down and try to nip her. Interesting. She has like tree hair. You can see her. There's like leaves in her hair. It's almost root-like the shield around her, and she's just walking through this quarry or path or something that looks like an old city. Got some like old man's beard. Very nice foreground art covering some of the shield. Nice background. See bats. See some light coming in that way. Beautiful art. It's an instant. Prevent all damage. Sorry, I'm itching. The mosquito bite that got me earlier. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to target creature this turn. For 1 white, stop all damage to be dealt to target creature. Very cool. Lovely art. The art is by Raymond Swanland. Very cool. The next card I got is an Act of Treason. I believe I have this in another set, but I have never seen this. He looks a little bit, how do you say, cray-cray? Very interesting. I'm not sure where he's located. Looks like there's fabric coming down from there, and it looks like he has crazy stick needles in me and a fishing hook in him, or maybe because he's like laughing, enjoying. He's got a sheriff badge on, it looks like. Got another badge, got badges everywhere, got these metal things in them to know that, like, hey, I ain't messing around. If you really want to get me, you gotta get me. I don't know. He's pretty crazy. I don't know if I'd want to fight him unless you have some sort of upper hand, because he's crazy. He's just got like huge hooks in his hands. I don't even know if they're connected to anything. Got like a skull in the background. Some crazy torch that almost looks like a hand. Very beautiful art, very red. First thing you're drawn to is definitely him, and then you realize how crazy he is. Act of Treason. 2 in a red. Sorcery. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. Gains haste until end of turn. So maybe that's is it. So like, let's just say this voodoo doctor performed this on him, and now he's under his control. I could see that better, and I would like that better than him just walking around with those things shivering in about an inch of his skin, and then hooks in his arms, because those are gnarly, and if they are like fishing hooks, they have the barb that will rip it more when it comes on out. Interesting. So, gain control of target creature and tap it. That creature gains haste until end of turn. Take one of theirs and attack with it. Looks like I got some riot gear. Looks like he's got some gauntlets. Very interesting face. It's almost like black and white, this picture. Black and white. The gauntlet gear maybe is providing the light, I don't know. But in the city, it looks like over here, where the gauntlet gear is, it is protected. But the city over here, maybe it looks a little bit destroyed and rubbled. He has his sword here, kind of stuck in the ground with his cloth on it, looks like. Very interesting sword. Very cool armor. His face is like half a mask, I think, unless I'm not doing that correctly. Oh no, he's totally, that's an elephant ear. His tusk and his horn. Interesting. So he's an elephant warrior. It's an equipment 2, so it must be quite large. Artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+2, and equip cost is 2. Attaches to target creature you control, equipped only as a sorcery. So for 2-drop, it gets +1/+2. Very cool, very cool. Love this picture. Very beautiful art. Just thinks of good times. Just people walking around, kids walking around, families walking around at the markets. Just peaceful times, no war. Nothing in the sky, beautiful sky, lovely tree, very greatly weighted. I think I'm drawn to her first, with a very white, just holding a child to let you know that it's like a safe haven. Yep, Viridian Haven. 2 and a green enchantment or enchant land. Whenever Viridian Haven enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life. Boom. Whenever enchanted land is tapped for mana, its controller adds 1 mana of any color to his or her mana pool, in addition to mana the land produces. So, put this on a green land, you can say, I want to have it make a green and a red land. Very cool, very cool. Dub your land. And now we're on to the uncommons. Looks like we're on to mental vapors. It looks like he stuck some sort of needles into his brain, and he or she is sucking out his essence or knowledge, or who knows what this creature person is doing. Are her eyes red? They might be. Kind of cool. Very interesting picture. Pretty well weighted. Dark over here, light in the middle. Definitely makes you notice the middle first, and then you realize what's kind of going on. You see her like breathing in smoke or something, and then you notice that he has these little like straws into his brain, and they're just getting opened. Who knows? And his 3 and a black sorcery. Target player discards a card. Boom, get rid of a card for 3 and a 1 black. And it has Cipher. You may exile this spell card. You may exile this spell card encoded on a creature you control. When that creature deals combat damage to a player, its controller may cast a copy of encoded card without paying its mana cost. So that's why it's so expensive. This might be good in my rat deck if I have a Rogue's Passage out. Throw this on a rat, make them discard a card. And whenever my rat would attack them and do damage to them, whenever a creature you control combat damage to a player, whenever my rat would do damage to a player, which would Rogue's Passage, pay 4 in a tap, make a creature unblockable, and then I could attack them and they take the rat damage, and they would also have to discard a card. Very cool, very cool. Looks like I got an urban evolution. Looks like it evolved in the cities over years and years. It looks like some planeswalker something's bringing it to life, almost plant-like. I'm not even sure. Very, very interesting art. Very up front, nice water. Then you notice him in the back. You notice this guy kind of pointing at it like he's scared, and then the cityscape and a beautiful sky and the sun in there is quite nice. 3, a green and blue. Sorcery, draw 3 cards. You may play an additional land card this turn. Very cool. So you get some card draw, and you actually get to put another land down. Maybe good for landfall or just the game in general. I got a Knight of Obligation. Looks like the horse is a little bit battered up. It looks like the knight is interesting. A Cyclops or something. I thought that was his head, but no, I don't know. Is that like a carrier pigeon? I don't know. It looks like the horse has been through battle. He's been through battle. They've seen it all. Beautiful art. You can really tell the distance in this. They are way up front. They are the main focus of this picture. I almost hit the horse's face first, and then I go off to him. I see him. I also see doves flying in the background to represent something clean, I guess. Beautiful picture. They're like in a cathedral. You can really tell the depth between them. Very beautiful art by Ryan Bad. Barger. I love cards like that. I wish they brought that back too. Can be either paid with white or black. One day it will, I'm sure they will. And it has Vigilance, love that. Doesn't need to tap to attack. And it has Extort. When you cast a spell, you may pay black or white. If you do, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain that much life. Very cool, very cool. So when this comes into play, he's a Cumin Knight. And if you pay white or black, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain that much life. Very cool. Very cool. And looks like the rare I got is a land. I got a Watery Grave. Very beautiful art. It looks like some old building hallways or something just been flooded. It looks like this poor guy just got stuck with something in the back and left to rot. It looks like there's a Black Widow there or something. Some beautiful architecture. Lovely building. I would love to go urban exploring there if I had, like, weapons or something. Because this is in the Magic universe. Beautiful picture, great depth, love the water reflection, shadowing, very beautiful, lightness over here, very dark here, draws you definitely to the tower, then you kind of follow it all around, see that it's kind of decaying, and then you notice this poor sap here, Watery Grave. It taps, add blue or black tier mana pool. As Watery Grave enters the battlefield, you may pay 2 life. If you don't, Watery Grave enters the battlefield tapped. So, if you want it to come in untapped, pay 2 life. If you don't, just wait a turn, and there you go. And I also got a Plains, and I also got a beautiful Magic the Gathering advertisement. And these are made on different stock, as you can tell, because it failed die bend test. Anyways, I hope you guys had fun and enjoyed this opening. I'm sorry it's been a minute, just been busy with life a little bit. Been getting back into glass blowing, it's been a lot of fun. Well, the rare I got again is Watery Graves, and a lot of fun opening this pack. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day, and keep on keeping on. Thanks for stopping by.